So step 8, we'll be talking about, in this step, we're going to work on repeating an element, a component, and an HTML element based on something iterable, like an array, for example. In this step, we're going to take the two app balance cards that we had simply copy-pasted into app root. We're going to move it into app.component.ts, put it in the form of an array, and then we'll use that array in a for loop on the HTML side in the app component so that we can repeat the app balance card without having to copy and paste it every time in the HTML. We'll be able to modify only the TypeScript, add an element to the array, and the HTML will automatically update to include as many elements as there are in the TypeScript. So in this first part of step 8, I suggest you create a currencies array that will contain a list of currency balances objects, which we previously created with our TypeScript objector interface, that up until now we had copy-pasted into the HTML. Now, we integrate this into the TypeScript and create an array that we then use in an ng-for, just like we did with an ng-if in the previous step. You'll probably notice your IDE complaining a bit, saying it needs a track. For now, track by label. I'll explain to you in the next step the importance of track and a bit about the different optimizations we can achieve with it. At first glance, it might not seem particularly useful, but there are actually significant optimization differences when using this track. So I'll let you do that and we'll meet up right after. So let's take a look at what we can do in this step 8. Here I'm using Angular Signal. So I have 3 currency balances that we created with our interface. I put in a few values, and then to already have a first somewhat dynamic and visual approach, I have a set interval that will execute every second and update the amounts for each of the currencies we have. As for the HTML usage, it's not particularly complicated, but this is how it's going to work. So here we're querying an array on the right side of the auth, which gives us a variable on the left, and we're going to track it. We're going to tell this for that it's when the variable on the right changes, that you'll re-execute what's inside. So here, currency will take at each loop iteration the value of currency 0, currency 1, and so on, going through the entire list we provide. So here, we'll set the object one by one that's present in currency, and we'll pass it to our input balance.